See by the title, I called it wealth, and for the simple reason that I need to and I want to define what wealth really is. Because again, there's not a lot of common sense around this, and it seems to me that a lot of people take wealth as one simple thing, and that is a lot of money. So the definition on Google for wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. So right away, people go to all this stuff where I want to talk about, and the thing I want to bring value to everybody on this, and this is why it's going to take a bit of a mini series, is because wealth for me is not that. I find that people don't have a very good relationship with their finances to begin with. And I think the one reason that a lot of people don't have that good relationship with finances is because of a word called wisdom. Now, I'm looking over here because I am sharing this with you guys, and this is the way I look at wealth and wisdom. I would say that they need to almost be in a marriage because you can't really have one without the other. Because we all have seen prime examples throughout the ages of people that had either had a lot of money but no wisdom, and so those were the people that had everything. And then people on the outside are looking at them like, what are you doing with all your money? What do you, I mean, pro athletes uh, being broke as soon as they're out. They definitely had a lot of money. They had that wealth, but they never had the wisdom to be able to keep up with it. Or they have a lot of wisdom, but no wealth. And so what happens there? Well, you get overeducated, like, and everything else. It's like, I know everything about everything, but I'm not willing to go and do anything about it. And that's not wisdom applied. And that's another key takeaway. Wisdom is great. Knowledge is amazing. Don't get me wrong. University degrees are excellent to have. However, if that's not applied, that gets you no wealth and it just doesn't work. So what we need to do is to be able to apply wisdom with wealth on the same level and understand that they should be in a marriage. So what does this look like? I'm going to go back to the best source for gaining wisdom and wealth, and that is Bible. If you're not a Christian, you don't have to listen to this. However, this is where I get my guidance from. And this right here. So if you've never read the Bible, if you've never looked into it, I would suggest read through Proverbs. And right at the beginning, Proverbs starts talking about a man that had almost everything, one of the richest men that ever lived. King Solomon was the wealthiest man in the world. In Proverbs 1, right at the beginning, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight. It goes on. I'm not going to read, we're not doing a seminary right now. I'm not giving you a sermon. However, the key takeaway I want everyone to understand here is in under 6, the words of the wise and their riddles. It feels like to me that the wealthy try and pass on knowledge or wisdom to people that want to be wealthy. However, it seems like they're almost talking in riddles. And what I'm finding, and so I'm glad you guys are on this journey with me, is because I am not a Jeff Bezos yet. I am not making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. My business isn't huge, and I'm able to then take you on the journey. And that's what I'm excited about because I'm actually on the ground floor of building up my business with my wife. And we are literally starting from the ground floor. A little tidbit, we were so excited that we met each other when we were both on the ground floor of starting our businesses, not one coming into, somebody being very successful and my wife not being very successful or vice versa. But we met each other when we were both still building. And that makes it really exciting because you guys can follow me on this journey. So I'm hoping in the next few years I can go back to this video and say, listen, remember those things I talked about? Remember when I said you need wisdom along with wealth? And this is why it's so important because I want to be able to do that. And I want to take you guys on that journey. I'm excited for that journey. Key takeaway I want you guys to have from this video is that you need wisdom. Now, wherever you go and get your wisdom from, make sure it's from people. Again, one of my videos about relationships, you want to be the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Pick the right people. gaining wisdom from wise people and people with wealth, though if you want to be like them, that's where you should start listening. And that is another huge takeaway is you can't get on your journey if you don't know where you're going and if you're not surrounded by the right people. Just trying to acquire money is going to ruin, and it ruins people because money doesn't care. Money is indifferent about your feelings. It doesn't care. It's like a hammer. A hammer doesn't cry if it's not hammering a nail. But if it's hammering a nail, it's not happy either. It's just doing its job. So money is like the hammer. It's it does what it wants to do and it doesn't worry about anything else. Now you can use it correctly, like a hammer hammering a nail, or not. And it's indifferent. So your feelings don't matter. If you're trying to acquire wealth and riches, your feelings don't matter. Understand that and get over yourself. Okay, as we used to say in the military, fuck yourself and understand that money doesn't care. And you trying and crying over it isn't going to help. You need to gain wisdom on how money should be acquired. And that goes with building yourself first, getting back to the fundamentals of being a good person, doing a business that will actually help people. And that's where money will start being attracted to you. Now, I don't like that word because it sounds kind of like a new age prosperity sort of gospel thing, and that's not what this is. Just another little verse on trying to acquire wealth and being all about the money and everything else. And so again, the Bible directs the way I look at finances and everything else in my life. And so Proverbs 16:9, the heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Key takeaway, regardless of what you do, you could leave tomorrow. Make sure that you're doing things the right way and for the right reason. And then those things and the wealth will come to you. And if it doesn't, it's totally fine because you can understand that you're still doing the right thing for the right reason. The key takeaways here is you gotta have wisdom and you gotta have wealth, and they're a marriage. That's why I don't I'm not gonna ever give you 16 steps on how to become wealthy or how to become rich. That's not what this is about. Because again, going back to the start, this this is so different for everyone. So if you're just about money, this probably isn't the channel for you. I'm trying to teach people how their relationship with finances defines everything that happens because if that financial relationship is a bad one, everything else is just going to be the same because you'll always find somebody to blame or something that doesn't work for you or something else like that. Wisdom should be acquired so that then wealth can happen because without wisdom, wealth is meaningless and it's pointless. I hope you guys got some value. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Let me know if you've ever read the Bible or if you've ever read through Proverbs and what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week.